Here are the top 10 things we highly advise for going down to Walt Disney World. Number 1, plan and book your vacation as early as you can. Booking only requires a $250 deposit. After that, nothing's due until 28 days before your arrival.
Yep.
That's important to know because then you can really take your time to make payments if you wish, or hold off to make a lump sum. We kind of recommend payments versus lump sum, but entirely up to you.
It all depends what works for you.
But make sure you book and plan early, because sometimes if you wait, the places that you want might be gone, and the room rates that you want might be gone also.
Yeah, or gone up.
Yeah, they might go way up.
Yeah.
Our number 2.
Check the deals daily. You can easily check the Disney website and also check your check emails you get. And also, if you need to, check, what travel agency and see what they offer.
Yeah. So even if you are with a travel agent, double check, triple check very often, because Disney will put out sales kind of randomly. And sometimes they'll send you very specific sales into your email, like, 30% off, here's a code type of thing. Even if you have a travel agent, check the sales often. And if you see something that goes with your dates, talk to your travel agent or talk with Disney directly. And you guys might be able to save some money that way. Our number 3 is we actually recommend making payments for Disney.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can find deals randomly through, like for us, our local grocery store will do a 10% off all gift cards, including Disney gift cards. So in essence, we get 10% off our whole Disney trip.
Yep.
So we recommend, we always do payments with Disney gift cards, but some people like the lump sum a little bit, because you don't have to pay anything until 28 days before. Unless you book within those 28 days, then it's due right away. But that's important to note, that sometimes you can figure out a deal one way or another. It just kind of goes with whatever you guys can figure out. What is going on with my camera right now? Sorry, it was like every time one of us moved, it like gets lighter and darker. Natural lighting. Anyway, our 4th thing that we highly recommend is when you're making your plan, come up with like the top 5 things you can't live without when it comes to Disney World. Like if it's food, like if it's a very specific restaurant, find that, Yeah.
Rides, what parks you want to be in, what you actually want to do, what, events you want to be at.
Is there an experience that you want to try?
Yeah.
Is there like a ticketed event you want to do? Have that kind of in mind after you book your dates, and then kind of come up with a vague plan of where you want to be each day.
Yeah.
Like if most of people in your group really want to ride a bunch of rides in Magic Kingdom, you obviously want to be in Magic Kingdom for a day.
Yeah.
If you have people that you really want to try all these different like snacks, like you see on like Disney Food Blog or Tim Trekker or something like that, you can use those YouTube channels to figure out what you want to do, where you want to eat. But don't come up with a minute-to-minute plan.
No.
Do not recommend that.
No. Yeah, it's best
There's
to be,
too many variables that kind of happen.
be flexible. That's all you gotta
Be
do.
really flexible. But once you kind of have a vague idea, then we go on to our number 5. Our number 5 recommended strategy is book your dining reservations and your fast passes. The fast passes are good 60 days before, because you're staying at a Disney resort. It's 60 days before you can book your fast passes. It's 180 days is from when you can start booking your dining reservations. And that's important to note for like the harder to get dining reservations.
Like Ohana's, Chef Mickey,
or
Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest is a big one.
There are sometimes you just can't get in them, and the wait could be 2 to 3 hours.
And just like the sales, keep checking.
Yeah.
Everybody changes their stuff the closer you get. But if you make your dining reservations, that can factor into your like kind of vague idea, because your dining reservations will kind of inform you on where you need to be each night. But you can mess around earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And that comes to, now when you're in the parks, this comes to our number 6. Number 6, take breaks.
Yes.
Whether that's in the middle of the day or if that is a whole day in your vacation, take a break. We did not take breaks this last time we went down to Disney World, and we were hurting. We were hurting bad.
And a break can be anything from either just leaving the park and sitting down for a bit, or going back to a hotel, having some people sleep, some people hit the pool.
Yeah.
And it's beneficial for everyone because it's ability to slow down, recharge, or just get out of the area that's super humidity, be in your AC room.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised. It's a lot of like when you go, then after that go to dinner.
When we went down there in 2016, I was like hardline, like 1 p.m. hits, we're leaving, and we would leave from 1 until 4 every day. We would go back to the hotel and we'd go swim and roast marshmallows and stuff at the resort.
Some of us will stay in the room and just lay down on the bed.
Yeah, take a nap.
Get your feet off the floor.
Yeah, going back to the hotel was a huge foot saver because we did not do this last time. I really wish we had to because we didn't, and we ended up putting in a marathon in 2 days.
And it just burned us out. Yeah,
the first day was 13 miles, the second day was 14 miles, and we were hurting so bad from not taking that break. So don't be us, take a break.
Take a break, yeah.
And also if you're there for a lot of time, if you're there for 7 days, if you're there for 10 days, whatever, take a few days off. If you're there for a week, like we were in 2016, we took 2 days off, and because we ended up going to the parks the day we flew in, so we took a couple days off from going to the parks, and we went to Disney Springs. We went to Universal one of those days. Yeah. And we kind of just chilled at our hotel one of the days.
We walked around our resort and just enjoyed ourselves.
There's so much to do at these resorts. Yeah. They have planned activities for the whole family, for adults.
They got a lounging for the adults.
Yeah. They have like, at Port Orleans Riverside, they had like campfire stories and fishing and things like that, and horseback rides, and it was kind of crazy how much is going on at these resorts, which kind of rolls us into our number 7. Check out other resorts while you're there. You could spend a week at Disney World and never step into the park and have a fantastic time.
Yeah, at the resorts, because there's so many different restaurants. There's bars, there's entertainment. Unfortunately, the pools are kind of limited off because they're only meant for the resort people, for that resort especially.
And we can't really recommend that you sneak in, but I've heard of people doing that. Yeah, but I don't recommend it.
Because if you get caught, it can be you can get hurt. You not necessarily hurt, but you can get in trouble. You get in trouble for it.
I don't know though. We've never tried it.
Yeah, never tried, but it's fun. And then there's also things like we were actually originally doing what they call a monorail bar crawl.
Yeah, we attempted it and then we got tired and then we just didn't do it. It's where you get on the monorail at like Magic Kingdom, and then you take it around to the other resorts and have a drink in each one of those resorts. It's 4 resorts and 5 bars. Yeah. And have a drink at each, and I've heard you get pretty lit by the end of it.
But it's something to do if you're not, doing the parks that day, and it's just you and your significant other or whatever, or a group of friends.
Especially if you have an adults-only group. Yeah. It's real fun.
It's fun to do because you don't have to worry about transport.
And you get to check out all the awesome resorts. Yeah. For us, it's the awesome resorts we can't afford. So, like, we got to hang out at the Polynesian Resort. We ate at the Wave. Highly recommended, by the way. Oh, my gosh.
I drank liquid smoke.
The Wave was amazing. It was so good. That was really crazy drink. Yeah. He had this drink with, like, it was a smoked glass with cherry liqueur and whiskey.
Wild turkey whiskey.
Ooh, it smelled like barbecue.
I drank ribs.
That's what he kept saying. He's like, I feel like I'm drinking ribs, and I love it.
It was delicious, though.
But, take your time to check out some of the other resorts. You also might find something about these other resorts that is a little bit magical. Like, for me, it was the Grand Floridian.
Oh, yeah.
It was like walking into Mary Poppins, walking into the Mary Poppins part where they're, like, with the unicorns and everything. Yeah. Unicorns. The merry-go-round.
For me, it was the yacht club and the beach club because it was nautical themed, and it was nice,
Oh,
and
so
it was nice to be around. Like you could smell the wood, like the white oak they have in there and all
And
that.
it's crazy how every resort is so distinct. Even though the beach club and yacht club, they're actually connected. Like you can walk inside the whole way through to get to both resorts.
Yeah.
But they're very distinct. They smell different.
Mm-hmm.
They look different. They feel different. And it's kind of an interesting thing to go check those things out.
Yeah.
When we went there in 2016, I made it like my mission to go and check out as many of the resorts as we could in that week. And we only got to do 2 others. We got to do the Polynesian and the Wilderness Lodge. The Wilderness Lodge, their main area is breathtaking. It's giant wood. It looks like a giant log cabin. It's huge.
Yeah.
So cool. Worth checking those out.
Yeah.
Now, number 8 that we highly recommend for one of our strategies, and just hugely recommended for everybody, get a memory maker.
Yeah, it is worth it.
Yeah.
From taking pictures around a lot of the monuments and the parks and the resorts. It's also good for dining when you got the people coming over taking pictures of you and your family at dining experiences, as well as all the rides.
The rides. Some of the rides, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tower of Terror, I think,
Are the ones
they have motion capture ones. So it's you on the ride in a movie.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
And
I'll put in ours in just a second.
that was fun. Yay.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
But no, it's worth it because you'd be surprised how many pictures you take because there's going to be pictures from the castle, pictures from the World Tree, the Epcot Center, the Hollywood Studios during the main strip by the Chinese Theater.
And sometimes they'll have like little magical moments where it'll either be a little video, like we have one of us like going, oh, we're cold, and it's like the Yeti from Expedition Everest, or we'll have like Tinkerbell in our hands, or Sebastian, stuff like that. Those are the magical ones. It's just a lot of fun to get those photos, and you have 30 days after you get home to download them, and so you can keep them forever.
Yep.
I really love that. Yeah. We took in a week. We took over 200 photos.
Yeah.
In 2 days, we took 84 photos.
Yeah.
The last time we went, so I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was well worth it.
Now, to kind of go along with our checking out of the resorts and taking breaks, one thing that we recommend doing, if you have the time to do this, go to the Character Warehouse.
Yes.
The Character Warehouse is like the end-all for outlet and Disney Park sales.
Mm-hmm.
So the Character Warehouse, there's 2 of them near Disney World. There's one on International Drive and one on Vineland.
The one on Vineland is actually closer to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
It's like a 8-minute
8-minute drive, and it was like a $6 Uber for us to take it from Disney Springs. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of stuff. I'll put in a clip right here talking about the stuff that we got. Yeah.
And it was great. It was a great experience. And we saved a lot.
Saved a lot. We did a lot. We had a really good time at the karaoke. I'm like a sale hunter, so I was very, very excited to see the prices on these things. My sister recently just went there and got me a Belle dress from the dress shop that was there on sale. It was $168 regular price, $48 on sale. Come on, that's awesome.
And they also have pins. Like a lot of pins are range between $10 to $14. Especially the deluxe ones are like $30-some.
Pro tip: they keep the really expensive things behind the counter. So if they were even like marked down, they might still be a little bit expensive, but they're usually a pretty good price.
Yeah, like I was tempted to buy the entire Christmas pin collection of the inside
wreath.
snowflakes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, she's like, well, it originally was $300. Now it's only $95. I'm like, still $95.
You don't have that much money.
Yeah.
But highly recommended to go to Disney Springs too. When we went down there in 2016, it was completely under construction.
Yeah, only like
not even half of it was
like
available.
40% was only walkable.
Yeah.
The other was they were still building the little island and all that stuff.
It's disappointing when we went down there in 2016, but now
it's
like we spent way more time in Disney Springs than we had actually budgeted for. Like we didn't have a schedule for going to Disney Springs.
Yeah, it was like, hey, go to Walt Disney, leave. No, we got, let's look at this store. Let's look at this store. Let's go try over this food.
Right?
And that's how it was.
It was pretty amazing. highly recommend checking
Yeah.
that out. There's tons to see, tons to do, tons of places to eat. Oh my gosh. If you're ever like, oh, where should we eat tonight? Go to Disney Springs. You can't go wrong.
There's a selection.
There's a
for
ton of
everything.
stuff there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then our final number 10. 10 is the most important thing you need to know about going to Disney World. Have fun.
Enjoy yourself.
Just have a good time.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. Enjoy yourself. Make memories. Have experiences.
If ever you're just having a bad moment, have a bad moment. But that's all it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff to do, a ton of stuff to see. And most importantly, you're gonna be doing it with the people that you love.
Yeah.
So have fun.
That's pretty much it.
So that's the long and the short.
Yeah.
For a very long video.
Yes.
Well, not very long. Well, we got like 17 minutes.
Probably. It'll probably be edited down a little bit more.
Oh, it'll be edited a lot.
But no, just have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun. Take breaks. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to do everything.
Because you can't do everything.
You can't. Even if you're down there for 10 days, you still can't do everything. But no, just enjoy yourself and have fun.
That's all from us.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified next time we put up a video. And that's all. So, from now on, we'll see you on our next adventure.
Bye.